Hi, my name is John Barsness, and I am responding to the Hill and Partners RFP for a lobby redesign. The space is 25 by 38 feet, and some of the requirements were to do a lobby design, reception desk, mailroom, conference room, an award display, and have some sort of waiting area. So on my project, I decided to change up the floor plan because I thought that it was a good idea to bring the conference closer to the rest of the office space. I thought that this would make it a little bit easier for people internally to be able to go to meetings where some of the recaps of the weekly projects can go on, and where the Hawk Award is distributed. So the main features that I changed was that the entry door was put parallel in order to optimize space, give better flow. So this is an overall view of the new floor plan. Here we can see a view from right when you come into the building. So the first thing you'll see is the desk. So I wanted the desk to kind of be a focal point. And so the design for it is, with the help of Mark Holmes, I would have him design a sort of art piece with his metal wiring that he showed in last year's TEDx talk at Bemidji State University. So kind of to give a company, just to show how the company is pushing for allowing for creativity and kind of giving that wow factor. So as any person comes in, they would orient themselves directly to the desk, upon which Courtney would let them know where the waiting areas and what was going on with the schedule. So here's a better view of the desk area and kind of the lounge space, but the mail area will be situated right next to Courtney's desk. And the reasoning for this is because I wanted to ensure that all of the Hill and Partners employees still kind of had a contact with Courtney and was really keeping her up to date with, where I'm going to be today, how things have been going, and just, to keep that team connection with everybody, because she's slightly isolated compared to everybody else in their working quarters. So I really wanted to make sure that she still had that feeling of being part of the team and really meshing with them together. To the left, you see a sort of accented rock wall, so the back panels will be illuminated, and that's just to emphasize on the natural beauty and just kind of showing how Hill and Partners really wants to help its employees and others embrace creativity and show that there's really lots of possibilities when you put your mind to it. Sorry. Here is a view looking more at the lobby space. So it'll just be a cozy area where if there's any waiting time, they have a spot where they can sit down, or there is interactive content area whereupon after they get instructions from Courtney, they turn around and they see this interactive display where they can scroll through projects that Hill and Partners has done, or Hill and Partners before the client arrives can kind of set up some content that is tailored towards that client's particular interests, or kind of what the topic of conversation will be through the meetings. Here's a view from behind the desk, so you get a little bit better idea of what it will be like for Courtney where she's working. To the right, we have the first entry door into the conference space, and this one's more intended for in-house, or for employees and those who have a more personal, at-home feel in regards to the company culture. So this wouldn't be for the the first point of contact. A client would first of all go to the waiting area, and then would be received by somebody who was going to bring them to the conference space, where they'd go in through a different entryway. And you'll get a better idea of why I chose to go with this strategy with the next slide. So the clients will, after getting up from the waiting area, will be brought into the conference room, where they'll go through a experience hallway. So to the left will be a sort of timeline which shows kind of the initial legacy partners that Hill and Partner teamed up with and started the endeavor towards excellent exhibit design. So showing the IGT company, as well as Polartec. So those were kind of the first legacy partners, and then showing how, as the team progressed, just sort of the different exhibits that they're involved in and some of the awards and accolades that they received. And then towards the end of the timeline, it'll show a little bit more of how Hill and Partners is getting involved with the more philanthropic aspect of business. So just highlighting how in 2010, the Hill and Partners staff went on their first Habitat for Humanity build, and then showing how in 2014, the CEO joined the South Shore Habitat for Humanity Board of Directors to really accelerate that ability to be involved with the community and collaborate in community initiatives. So another one that I thought was pretty important for employees internally was the CityPack distribution, where you guys donated or helped distribute over 1,750 CityPacks for disenfranchised homeless people, and also helped to raise money to fund the project. So I really wanted to have that be shown in this experience hallway, so that as customers are new to Hill and Partners, they get an idea of where they stand in terms of identity, where they've come from, how they've evolved, and where they see themselves in the future. And so to the right of this hallway will also be different awards, more specifically oriented towards, I guess, the exhibit industry and other activities that Hill and Partner has been involved with. Here's a view from inside the conference room. So you get an idea of the space. It's a little bit, the table is slightly smaller, not quite as long. The reason for this is because of the added hallway, and I really wanted to give space for people to be able to walk around the table, being as it's not just a conference room, but it's also an area where the team gets together and are able to have a collaborative meeting with each other. So I wanted it to be flexible and kind of have some innovation within it, so that it really made it have an impact. So with that, I have a glass wall that is able to that is opaque, but that is able to open to accommodate a larger company meeting. So for example, a Hawk award distribution, or perhaps potentially a Thank God It's Friday meeting, where the higher ups within the company can kind of address what was accomplished throughout the week, and how, you know, we've been working really well together, and what are some of the positive points, what can we work on, what we need to do for next week, and really be able to have a good recap of where Hill and Partner is going and how they want to proceed. So as far as when the conference is going on, here will be the view, that video conference. When those are going on, the angle will be more at eye level with the Hill and Partners team. So as you guys are discussing potential ideas and just going through the project, it's more of a personal contact, and we feel as though we're really incorporated and part of the team in this moment. So it's just really to kind of give some to get away from the fact that we're not in the same room together, and really make it so that we can have a collaborative and innovative space where meetings can be very productive, and all of the proper questions can be asked, so that when the deliverables come, there are no unexpected surprises. Above, I just wanted to note that there's a suspended ceiling. This gives it kind of gives a sense of importance to the table, and really helps identify it as the centerpiece, the main function of this room. Although there are other qualities to it. Here's a view to show like where the Falcon is situated, and then I have a sort of stepped up pedestal there. This allows for when you're giving the presentation, or when you're handing out the award, or when there's a meeting going on for the Hill & Partners crew, he's able to address it in kind of an auditorium style and really give a presentation and kind of go over, do some team building stuff, and really help the team visualize. And so with that, here's kind of the last cool feature, is that the table will be expandable. So as we need more people there, we can accommodate, and then for when there's a conference going on, it can be squished down or put back into a longer format, giving it, the meetings a more intimate feel, but then also allowing for a group meeting, which to allow for flexibility, spur innovation, and then encourage collaboration within the team. And the logo is encrusted. It's a glass inset into the table, if you're wondering. So just to recap, here are the main features that I wanted to draw attention to, and I found for my layout. So the first one was the modification of the entryway for a better flow and added space. So as the clients walk in, they are uncertain, and they will go towards the front desk. After going to the front desk, they will turn around and see the interactive space alongside with the lounge area, so giving them sort of an interim activity in between waiting to get to that meeting. The mail receiving will be next to Courtney to ensure that the employees are in relation with her. And then number 3 would be our unique artistic desk. 5 is the experience hallway for corporate culture immersion, and to kind of showcase, like, this is what we did together as Hill & Partners. Really kind of encourage employees as they go to their offices, or B2B customers as they go to the conference room. Number 6 would be the expandable conference table. 7 is our webcam put in a lower positionment, so that for a more intimate conference meeting. And then the last one is the stepped up stage for the Thank God It's Friday celebrations, weekly recaps, and award presentations. So to give a specific space for the recognition of excellence, and as each of the employees become more able to have self-actualization through their work, that is actually recognized in this space. So it's a special place. With that, that is all. Thank you for the time. Have a good day.